Welcome back to Spotlight Chronicles. Today, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the career of one of the most celebrated actors of our time, Meryl Streep.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. She's a true icon.
You know, she's given us so many incredible performances over the years, from The Devil Wears Prada to Sophie's Choice. It's hard to even know where to begin.
It really is. But what's fascinating is how she's managed to stay at the top of her game for decades, which is almost unheard of in Hollywood, especially for women.
Exactly. And that's what we're going to explore today. What makes her career so unique? How did she go from a theater student at Yale to a global superstar?
That's a great question, and we're going to uncover some surprising insights along the way. For example, did you know that she originally wanted to be an opera singer?
Wow, opera singer. I never would have guessed that. So how did she end up on the stage instead?
Well, she studied drama at Vassar and then went on to Yale School of Drama. Even back then, her professors recognized her incredible talent.
I bet she was a standout, even in those early days.
Oh, absolutely. She was known for her amazing versatility, playing everything from Shakespearean heroines to get this 90-year-olds.
90-year-olds, that's incredible. It sounds like she was pushing boundaries even then.
She was, and the dean at the time, Robert Brustein, even predicted that she was destined for greatness. Talk about a foreshadowing moment.
He certainly had a good eye for talent, so after Yale, she jumped right into a film career.
Not quite. She actually spent a few years honing her craft on the New York stage, performing with the New York Shakespeare Festival, and even earning a Tony Award nomination for her work on Broadway.
A Tony nomination.
Yeah.
Wow, so she was already making waves in the theater world before Hollywood even came calling.
Exactly. That stage experience really laid the foundation for her incredible film career.
It's 1978, and Meryl wins an Emmy Award for the miniseries Holocaust.
Yes, Holocaust was a turning point for her. It showcased her incredible emotional depth and range.
It must have been a powerful experience for her, both personally and professionally.
And that same year, her film career takes off with The Deer Hunter, which earns her her first Oscar nomination.
So in just 1 year, she wins an Emmy
Oh.
and gets nominated for an Oscar. That's incredible.
It was a meteoric rise to fame, and it really solidified her place as a rising star in Hollywood.
And just a year later, she wins her first Oscar for Kramer versus Kramer.
Right, she was only the fifth woman in history at that point to win both an Emmy and an Oscar.
That's a remarkable achievement. So in a very short time, she went from Yale Drama School to an Oscar-winning actress. Talk about a dream come true.
It really is, but what's even more remarkable is that this was just the beginning. She was just getting started.
I can't wait to dive into the rest of her career.
Me too. There's so much more to explore. And even at the time of this biography, she was already tackling another challenging role as Margaret Thatcher in The Iron Lady.
It seems like she's always looking for new ways to push herself and explore different characters.
Absolutely. That fearlessness is a big part of what makes her so extraordinary. Now let's take a closer look at what some of her collaborators have said about working with her.
I'm always fascinated by behind-the-scenes stories, so I'm eager to hear what insights her colleagues have shared.
Well, one quote that really stuck with me was from director Sidney Pollack, who worked with her on Out of Africa. He described her process as almost mystical, saying she doesn't just learn lines, she absorbs the entire world of the character.
Wow, almost mystical is quite a description. It sounds like she really immerses herself in her roles.
She does, and it shows in her performances. Another interesting observation came from director Nora Ephron, who directed her in Julia, and Heartburn. Ephron said that Meryl has an uncanny ability to understand the rhythm of a scene.
Rhythm. That's an interesting way to put it.
Isn't it? And it makes sense when you think about it. Comedy in particular relies heavily on timing and rhythm, and Meryl seems to have a natural instinct for it.
That's so true. When I think about her comedic performances, like in The Devil Wears Prada, her timing is impeccable. It's like she knows exactly when to deliver a line for maximum impact.
Exactly. She has this incredible ability to make us laugh, even when she's playing a character who's supposed to be intimidating or even unlikable.
It's that twinkle in her eye. I think she never takes herself too seriously, even when she's playing serious roles.
That's a great observation. I think that self-awareness is a big part of her charm, and it allows her to connect with audiences on a deeper level. We sense that she's in on the joke, so to speak.
And that makes her even more relatable, even when she's playing characters who are larger than life.
Absolutely. Now, shifting gears a bit, I think it's also worth noting that Meryl Streep is more than just a talented actress. She's also a cultural icon and a role model for many.
That's so true. She uses her platform to speak out about important issues and to advocate for causes she believes in.
Yes, she's a vocal advocate for women's rights, gender equality, and environmental protection, among other things.
And she doesn't shy away from expressing her political views either, even though she knows it might alienate some fans.
That's right. She's not afraid to speak her truth, even when it's unpopular, and I think that's what makes her so admirable. She's not just an entertainer, she's a citizen who uses her voice to make a difference.
And she does it with such grace and intelligence. She never comes across as preachy or self-righteous.
Exactly. She's always thoughtful and respectful, even when she's disagreeing with someone, and that's a quality that's sorely lacking in today's world.
You know, it's interesting because even though she's a Hollywood icon, she seems to have managed to stay grounded and avoid the typical pitfalls of fame.
That's true. She's been married to the same man sculptor, Don Gummer, for over 4 decades, and they have 4 children together.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
It's not easy to maintain a stable personal life in the spotlight.
It isn't. And it speaks to her values and her priorities. She seems to have a very clear sense of what's important in life, and she doesn't let fame or fortune distract her from that.
I think that's why she's so respected, both within the industry and by the public. She's talented, she's intelligent, she's outspoken, and she seems like a genuinely good person.
I couldn't agree more. She's a true role model, and I think her legacy will continue to inspire people for generations to come.
So as we delve deeper into the remarkable career of Meryl Streep, it's important to consider not just her accolades, but also her enduring legacy. What is it about her work that resonates so deeply with audiences across generations?
That's a great question. I think it's a combination of factors. First and foremost, she's an incredibly gifted actress. Her ability to transform into different characters and convey a wide range of emotions is simply unparalleled.
Right, we've talked about her versatility and her range, but there's something else, something intangible that sets her apart.
I agree. I think it's her authenticity. She brings a realness and a humanity to her roles that makes her characters so relatable even when they're flawed or complex.
I think that's why she's able to connect with audiences on such a deep emotional level. We see ourselves in her characters and we feel their joys and sorrows as if they were our own.
Exactly. She has this incredible ability to make us feel empathy for her characters, even when they're doing things we might not agree with.
It's like she's holding up a mirror to human nature, showing us both the beauty and the ugliness.
And that's what makes her work so compelling and thought-provoking.
We've explored the extraordinary career of Meryl Streep, from her early days on stage to her becoming a global icon. We've discussed her unparalleled versatility, her record-breaking awards, and the profound impact she's had on those who have worked alongside her.
We've also delved into the intangible qualities that make her such a magnetic presence on screen. Her authenticity, her emotional depth, and her ability to connect with audiences on a deeply human level.
And we've explored how she uses her platform to advocate for important causes and inspire generations of artists and audiences alike.
But as we wrap up this deep dive, I think the most important question to ask is this. What is it about Meryl Streep's work that speaks to you personally?
What are the performances that have moved you, challenged you, or stayed with you long after the credits rolled?
Take some time to reflect on that and let her incredible body of work continue to spark your imagination.
Thank you for joining us on this Spotlight Chronicles journey. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep the love of art alive.